That's a bold move, Cotton. If you don't like how it's going, just start again. Why not? Not quite sure what's happened there. Very possibly, as I mentioned earlier, some of the tactical settings just not as these players would like them. It's not just 2K where you see this. Any esport, particularly when you get to this level, you need to have all your settings perfect. We'll give you an update as soon as we have one as to why this has occurred. But once again, from where I'm standing, I can only assume it is something with the settings, because I know certainly when I've been playing, if you've been watching the 2K League over in the States, how many timeouts, how many pauses, but also how many restarts we have when something like this, unfortunately, does occur, because these competitors need to be at their best. It looks like the game will be restarting. I'll let you know whether that initial scoreline will carry on or whether we just go all in again. This is why it's good when you're first up on the Sunday at Melbourne Esports Open, because you've got the whole day to get it right. Everyone else can wait. The people are here to see NBA 2K. Other Meta Esports tournaments, or rather competitions, finals, will be occurring through today in this stage. So if you're interested particularly in your esports generally, and you're not just a 2K fan, you want to see the best high school players from the region duking it out, stay right here. We'll be going pretty much all day. Plenty to do here at Melbourne Esports Open. There's other 2K things around as well if you like your Borderlands. Been over at that stage yesterday. Go say hello to Pezbro. Big shout out, Pezbro, who runs things for 2K here in Australia and does a fantastic job. I can just see again below me, settings being made, and I can't wait to find out what these are. It always intrigues me, not just the gameplay, and I will talk today a lot about the players. By players, I mean the players in game, but the competitors behind them, the journeys that they've had to get here, and how much they've mean. Just going through my notes really briefly, Chuka has been playing 2K since he was 8 years old. 10 years of playing 2K, and he said to me, this tournament was a culmination of that journey. Every single game of 2K he's played has led to him for this big stage. This is the biggest moment in his young career, and is interested in seeing what the 2K scene develops in Australia to be like. Will we get something like the NBA 2K League in the United States? As for Below Zero, for Campbell, more of a newcomer. Newcomer's maybe a little bit of a harsh term, but when you compare 10 years of 2K experience, he's only been playing since 2K16. Once again, go back to that attitude of Below Zero. Does not want to lose. Refuses. He says, it doesn't matter if I'm down by 20 in a game, if it's in the fourth quarter and all things seem lost, I'm going for it. I will keep attacking. And he said sometimes that leads to bigger defeats than maybe he believes the scoreline should reflect. But surely you've got to appreciate the endeavor from the young man to keep going, to never give up. Will we see that fight here today? He was the one we saw earlier that took that early lead in this game. If I had to pick a favorite, and they are two very evenly matched competitors, you'd have to go with Philadelphia and Chuka. As I believe we're going to have a restart. Thank goodness we're going to be back into it. And I'm getting word that we will be making that scoreline what it was initially. Bear with us at these early stages. We'll call it like it's live regardless. Gasol, the player to watch. Larry with the layup doesn't go. Have a foul though, sir. Great rebound by Ben Simmons. How often have we seen that in the NBA? I'm not sure if they are going to be playing it back. There is a screen on the move. Not allowed to do that, of course. When you're looking for the pick and roll, when you set that screen, you must remain stationary. Once again, you see these changes occurring.
I just wanted to see both teams expecting to go far. Does this look to you, Doris, like preview of the postseason?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. We've seen both teams get off to
Pull up from just inside the arc doesn't go. Reddick to Harris, back to Reddick, near the basket, not where Reddick likes to be. That shot doesn't go either. Pascal Siakam kicks it out. Gasol, the player to watch. You can see both these competitors, they want that three ball. They've been watching the NBA. Reddick's a man that can do it. Not if it's smothered. Back we go up the other end. Kawhi Leonard. Over the head, the dunk. You love to see it. Was this a bit of mind games from below zero, saying Leonard wasn't his player to watch? There's a green beam. Ladies and gentlemen, when you're timing your shots, that's what you want to see. It lights up bright green. That's when you know you've nailed it. Embiid with some big physical work. Harris back out to Reddick. Simmons posting up here. Back to Reddick, who's going to look for the three. Or is he looking for the pick and roll? Decides to shoot, and he gets the three. You see Embiid there setting the screen, dummying to go for the pick and roll. He just uses the player. There's a straight reply, mind you. Easy as you like, straight back to the basket. And it's 5-4 to Philadelphia in the early stages. Shuka, once again, getting a great look. So he'll take three more. Very interesting tactic, just to sit inside, let him come to you. But once again, an easy layup. Well, scores have well and truly passed what we had initially. It is 8-6 to Philadelphia. Lowry looking for the steal. Once again, pick set. He's just as the screen. Simmons rolling his man. Gets it to go to make it 10-6. Breathless action here in the opening minutes. You're going to see, just like in the NBA, some tactical breaks taken by these competitors. If you don't like how it's going, you can of course make some tactical changes or indeed some roster changes. Talking about the depth, McConnell, Monroe, Johnson for Philadelphia could be the goes. We talked about Fred Van Vliet earlier. Danny Green, Jeremy Lin, Norman Powell for below zero. You might be wondering, questioning some of these names, saying, excuse me, Nate Patrick, these gentlemen have moved on to another club. We are, of course, using the original rosters before this new season gets underway very shortly, only a few months. Back in the action. Again, Kawhi with the look. This time it doesn't go. Maybe expect him to get those normally. Harris, Green perfectly stationed in transition. Doesn't go. This maybe is the pressure of being at the highest stage. A lot of these shots not being timed. Only one green beam so far. Butler. There's your pick and roll. Embiid. Shuka had him as his player to watch. He is 93 rated in this game mode. And that's why. Kawhi, what can't Kawhi Leonard do? Great hustle from the big man. Can't make it go. I say big man. He's 6'7". There's taller players on here. As we see, stuck inside the paint. We will go again.
Philadelphia leading by 6.
From the backcourt. Played out, Harris. Reddick. Getting that screen set out to Ben Simmons. We don't want to see him at that range. Butler, green beam. Philadelphia have made the absolute most of this restart. They have a 14-6 lead. Kawhi Leonard, once again, the look away. The fade away. Kawhi Leonard has got that one away, 14-8. Driving again to the rim. Simmons. Try to use the pick and roll. Only runs into Kawhi Leonard, who of course is excellent defensively as well. Simmons gets an open look now. Slams it down for two. And I dare say, below zero has seen enough of that. 16-8 with 2.5 minutes left before the first change. Well, what pulsating action. Neither competitor wanting to hold on to that ball for too long, not using up all of their seconds on the shot clock. They're happy to play transition basketball. And at least in the early stages of big matches, once again, I refer you to the 2K League in the NBA. That's what you see before things maybe slow down. No slowing down in this first quarter, though. Kawhi Leonard goes big once more. Below Zero has sold us down the river, saying Gasol was his player to watch. I don't think so. Once again, Kawhi Leonard, incredible shot IQ, stamina, hustle, amazing hands. Very handy in defense as well. Ben Simmons, he's hot. The look away he goes, Ben Simmons. Unfortunately, we don't have him at the FIBA World Cup. We do have him at the Meta High School Esports 2019 Championship Grand Final. Guess who? What do you do about Kawhi Leonard? He really is the go-to man in these early stages. On the other side, Simmons lays this one off. Monroe draws the contact. He will go to the line. Monroe, not the man you want at the free throw line. Thankfully, nails his second from a Philadelphia standpoint. And it's straight back with Kawhi.
The ball from the touch of his fingertips to the release is incredible. Damian Lillard, another guy, doesn't get it off quite.
Ball goes loose all the way back. Fantastic defense. Incredible pressure.
Guys like Kyrie Irving, Russell Westbrook, when they start cooking, boy, you better
Still a Philly ball.
You're going to be in trouble, Kevin.
Monroe decides not to shoot this time. Probably a good call. Scott draws the contact. Don't tell me that's Scott as well. He has not timed that whatsoever, but it bounces around and goes down. And there's the three-point play. Philadelphia versus Kawhi. Dare I say at this stage, does Below Zero try and get more players into the game? Or does he keep just going himself? Siakam may well have stepped out of play here. Turnover. Straight back we go. Simmons wants the look. Can't find it. He's not going to be shooting from there. Butler to Scott. Time counting down here. Ennis under 5 seconds. Monroe, 1 second, gets it off. Cannot get it to go. Excellent defending. That's better from Toronto from Below Zero. And he replies with two. He gets the and one. You see the camera shaking. A byproduct of the atmosphere, the big crowd. Oh, Simmons excellently denied. Look at the defense coming out from Below Zero. And in transition with the layup, he is coming back into this one. We mentioned Below Zero will not ever give up. His score was being doubled at one stage. He's brought it back within 6. 5 seconds left as we get to the end of this first quarter. The shot's going to have to come. Siakam gets it off. Siakam cannot get it to go. What an exhilarating first quarter we've just seen. 22-16 to Philadelphia. Toronto coming back into it, just exceptional from Below Zero. At no point in an NBA game, I don't care if it's real life or 2K, are you ever out of it. On this big stage, you've got to wonder, are you up to the pressure? It's good and easy to be watching this, to be seeing it on Twitch, to be playing 2K at home and thinking, I could do that. You don't know what the pressure is like here, what the atmosphere is like, and Toronto have got it back within 4 points. Monroe to Ennis. Dishes it back out to Monroe. Posting up before he turns, Scott. And there's the turnover. Below Zero. Driving with Kawhi. Gets it to go once more. We have a 2-point game. It is all Toronto. Those changes that we talked about, absolutely crucial. Simmons to Ennis. Wants to pick and roll. Excellent defense, Monroe. Simmons is ice cold. When you see that symbol appear, you do not want to be shooting at all. He does get the steal, the turnover. Monroe gets that lead back to 4 points. Kawhi Leonard behind the back. That is lovely. Below zero, really showing what he can do. Back within 2 points.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here.
We have another timeout. We will actually get to see now some of these changes made very, very briefly. You can't blame Philadelphia for wanting to change something. They had that huge early advantage before Toronto, before below zero started coming back. What I'm always interested in at these points, in these big matches, is the competitors. How are they handling the pressure? Chuka talked about TV interviews he's been having back in his hometown, in his local state. That's how big of a deal this is. This is NBA2K Esports in Australia.
Fires the three. It's rebounded by
The early three, heavily contested, does not go. Lowry. Guess who? How do you stop Kawhi Leonard?
In such a rhythm right now. Feathery touch. He's lighting them up.
Butler. Hook pass to Embiid. He wants to back into his man. If he gets inside the paint, and if he green beams it, there's only going to be one result. Good to see Embiid back on the court. Lowry has got a little bit of space.
His positioning and his rotation.
Lovely handle on the ball. Lowry! Oh my goodness me! Lays it up for that man Kawhi. That is confidence, as it's a 26-all game.
Has become the master of manipulating the pick and roll. Really.
Harris, bit of space, goes inside.
back to
Redick. Jay Redick wants the space for the three. Isn't going to get it. Harris. There's the space. There's the dunk.
Dunk by Harris.
Pulsating. NBA 2K. That lead back with Philadelphia. Lowry.
A little bigger than it should have been.
Inside Ibaka. We haven't seen much of. Ibaka cannot get that one to go. The power forward is 82 rated. And there's that Toronto defense. And Leonard now with the mid-range jumper. After driving to the hoop so many times, he's happy just to pull it up. That's how much he's feeling it right now.
Pass to Embiid.
Joel Embiid. Fake pump. Does not really time the shot. Gets the rebound. Just under 10 seconds. Butler.
Here's Embiid.
Embiid.
Defended by Ibaka.
That's a much better look.
That one drops for him.
Takes him to 6 points and 4 rebounds.
The pass on time and on target.
Lowry
Left side Lowry.
gets a bit of space inside. Kicks it back out to Green. Ibaka trying to work his man. Actually got a good look. Decides not to take it. Lowry off the glass.
Off the glass.
Makes it a level game once more.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Harris
Butler
outside.
once again gets the look, but he wants it to Harris, and that's why. Excellent release, wide open look.
There, he is
3
automatic
of the
release
best
if you're gonna
for
leave
Philadelphia.
him that wide open, big time mistake.
Chuka doing what he can do, but Lowry
That's in, and that's his
happy
third
to
basket
take
of
the
night.
two.
He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
That 3 earlier to Chuka means
Shot mechanics.
we're not going to have that to and fro 2-point lead.
And here's
Gap
Redick
restored
for the 76ers.
that, as predicted,
They've led by as
we are
much
seeing
as
this
10.
game take a bit more of a traditional
Against
pattern.
Harris.
As you can see, points
Here's the
inside the
three.
paint on offer.
Unable to get that one.
Chuka wanting to take the 3 once more.
And there's the call.
Maybe
On
not the
Joel
right
Embiid.
option on that occasion.
That's his first foul. The Raptors.
As both competitors take another opportunity to take a break. You know why? It's because we have half-time approaching after that pulsating first quarter where Philadelphia, Chuka, took that huge lead. It got out to 12 points at one stage. below 0, fighting back as he said he loves to do. And in this second quarter, it has really tightened up. Philadelphia in the lead by just 1 point.
Excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it.
JJ Redick.
And here's Ennis.
Joel Embiid.
And the foul called on OG Anunoby.
Not a bad time to
That's his
foul,
first
really.
foul. And
Of
Philadelphia
course,
making a change
as long as
here.
there's no shooting action, it's just going to
On
be
defense, the Raptors.
pass in from the
They trail
side.
by one.
Embiid
Here's Embiid.
fakes it and
it
then
off
gets
the
the green beam, and we're really
Embiid
seeing
got 6 here
Embiid
in
grow
this
into
quarter.
this game for Chuka.
Defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's
Below
a guy
0.
you have to be focused on defensively.
Kyle Lowry,
Here's Lowry. And the shot goes in.
he's giving him the 3 ball, saying, take me on if you want. He just wants to take the 2. He's happy to have the 1 point deficit. Simmons, huge block on Ben Simmons. That means Sub-Zero can go up in transition.
We've got 140.
Happy to hold it up. Mature play from the man from Hickmont College.
Here's Anunoby. Lowry with the ball.
Lowry
Now guarded by Simmons. Shot clock
got an
at
easy
5.
2 last time.
They now take the lead.
Sinks the mid-range jumper
And that's 12
on this
points
occasion.
for Kyle Lowry.
From that in-between range, they've
84
been
rated.
a much better team.
Fantastic shooting stats.
Redick is in the corner.
Redick, another man that can hit
A
from
three-pointer
distance.
off the mark.
The corner 3 does not go. Green to Lowry. Gasol, Ibaka.
He has a chance now to catch up with the
Happy
fourth
just to
member of
pass
our
this
crew, Hall
around
of
with
Famer
just
David
over
Aldridge.
1 minute remaining. Green sinks the 3.
Marc Gasol is the more
And that
fiery
is
of the
Toronto
Gasol brothers.
with a
Al
4-point
Gasol says,
lead.
"I sugarcoat
What an
things
incredible
a little more than
turnaround
Marc.
we've seen
He's
in this
more
first
emotional,
half.
more direct."
Harris from distance.
And Marc said,
The
"When a
release
mistake happens
extremely
on
early.
defense, I know you're not
Now in
concentrating.
transition,
I
Green
don't
from
allow that."
downtown does not
He
go
knows
on the
controlling his
follow-up.
frustration is
Gasol
important. He says, "I'm working on it, guys."
cannot get it to go either.
Leadership, DA.
Simmons,
Thank
so often the playmaker,
David struggling
delivers
here
it inside.
Bit of a dry spell.
There's
for
a
sure.
nice easy 2
Outstanding
for
pass.
Chuka to get back
Reads
into
the
it.
play as it develops, and his lead pass is
Just over
absolutely
30
perfect.
seconds remaining.
you. We've got 33 seconds left now here in the second.
Simmons,
for 3.
he said he's been working in his 3 game. I don't think that has quite equated to taking those kind of shots in NBA 2K19.
Here's Simmons.
And really, if they want,
points in the game
Philadelphia
so far.
can use every one of these seconds, get that shot clock down.
It's Scott.
That's
on the
maybe
wing.
why you see play slow down here. Simmons
Right side,
gets a good
Simmons.
look, but tosses it up.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol.
Gasol blocking that one. Just the 8
There's 10
seconds
left
on the
here in
clock.
second.
From
6 to
distance.
shoot.
That one does go.
Basket by Harris.
Philadelphia restore the lead. Lowry. 1 second remaining. Lowry. Oh my goodness me. Are you serious? That will give Toronto the lead here at the break, 42-40. And you can see the reaction of the players. They cannot believe that has gone in. We're lucky that's at halftime and not at the final of this final, because that would be the most incredible game winner you would ever see. Toronto, after being down by 12 in that first period, have got the 2-point lead at the break. No doubt both competitors keen to get back into the action.
On the clock. Another shot. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the
Foul
line.
is drawn.
I'll tell you, he's not afraid to take hits on the way to the free throw line.
Lowry
will manufacture
does get the
points
first
any
one
way
to
he
go.
has to.
Raptors have shot just 1 free throw, missing that one early.
And the second, Toronto
Lowry nails both
have
of
their
them.
biggest lead of the game. How crucial will that halftime 3 be? Simmons, who's still ice cold, should not be shooting whatsoever. Joel Embiid, unless he gets a look like that, and even that can't go.
He's gotten stronger, more consistent
That will.
with his long-range shooting.
Simmons a little fortuitous to get that ball back.
Prototype small ball
Makes the
player.
most of it.
And really, he
2-point game. Lowry.
guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer.
Back
might
outside,
actually
there's that man
match
Kawhi.
by the
Gasol.
creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that
With a
jam
spin,
break, I'd
gives
say
it
you're absolutely
inside,
right.
ball doesn't go.
He's rising to the occasion as you're trying
Simmons dishes it out. Butler. Joel Embiid. And the and one.
Throws it down.
Potential three-point lead. And even more importantly,
And he picks the
lead.
one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
and it goes. Not sure if I said three-point play or three-point lead. It is, of course, the three-point play and the 1 point lead to Philadelphia. What a final we have here at the Melbourne Esports Open.
If he can stay healthy.
Lowry cannot get the shot. Harris,
Boy, you can't ask for
heavily
better
contested,
defense,
excellent
Greg.
defense,
Excellent
offensive
work,
rebound.
right into the grill of
JJ
the
Redick. Ben Simmons no longer ice cold after that dunk. Joel Embiid
Kawhi Leonard comes
cannot
up
get it
with
to
the
go.
rebound.
Straight up the other end though. What a huge block. Amazing defense, Chuka.
And part of that is
We assumed it was an easy two. We were wrong.
speak for itself. Gives you everything
Simmons
you
driving
want
inside.
on both ends of the floor. Effortless athleticism and has incredible skill.
Might even be a
and
charging
touch
call.
for a player his size.
Toronto. Back with it. Kawhi. Redick marking him. A little bit of a mismatch.
Outside for Lowry.
Lowry, the 6-foot Lowry.
He's home the trifecta.
They say you need to be tall to play basketball. Lowry is shorter than me. Doesn't matter if you can nail threes at that rate. As we see some more changes made. What a captivating contest. Toronto lead by 2 at this timeout. Just 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Both ends of the floor. I mean, he's a
Chuka,
great screen setter,
representing
takes charges,
Damascus
all the
College,
things that don't necessarily show
using
up in the
Philadelphia
stat sheet,
below
but
0
are
from
important
Heathmont
when it comes
College,
to winning.
using the Raptors, the world champions, as most Americans would have you believe. They are, of course, the NBA champions. Canada getting the championship they wanted so badly. Will it be replicated here
With Lowry, it isn't like he's
at the
quiet on
Meta
stat
High
sheet
School
either.
Esports
He is a bulldog.
Championship
I mean,
Grand Final?
scores it, the playmaking.
Embiid
He's just
might have had a
complete
foot on the
in
line
terms
there,
of the
doesn't go
backcourt
anyway.
player. Rebounds,
Rebound,
as well as anybody
Siakam.
in force position and got good hands on defense. It
Dished
just
out
gives
to
you
Kawhi
a
from
little bit of
distance.
everything at that point guard
Not
position.
going, and there's Embiid with the defensive
Well, I mean,
rebound.
you wanna give your offense
He leads
a
so many of those
chance
defensive
to
stats.
possession.
And he can do it at both ends, Joel Embiid.
No reason for him to be taking these
There's a
kinds of
reason
shot. He has only
that he
himself
was
to
the
blame.
player to watch, as listed by
He whipped
Chuka.
a two-hander on the slam,
At the
using
other
some
end,
muscle.
Kawhi
Some
Leonard.
urgency from him there. Sure.
Inside,
Pass to
awkward handle,
Siakam.
Ibaka. Siakam,
Offensive rebound.
rebound,
Shots
Ibaka.
by Ibaka. And the Raptors lead
The power
by
forward,
2.
using all of that
I have
6'10"
always loved the intensity
to grab
with
onto
which
that
Serge
ball.
Ibaka plays, especially on the
2-point
glass.
lead
He
for
understands
Toronto.
how to use his length.
Excellent defensive pressure. Siakam diving for it.
Out of
Both
bounds
players
as
diving.
Toronto gains possession.
And the last touch, I believe, off a Philadelphia player, indeed. Toronto. Siakam.
Here's Siakam. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
Lowry gets around his man.
Drives in. Lays it up and banks
Gets
it
the
in.
layup off the glass.
Lowry's got the lead up to 4 now for the Raptors.
The scarier thought for
Redick.
any opponent is Kyle Lowry finding
Calling
his
for the
rhythm.
pick and
He's
roll.
been in
Can't
the
use it.
today.
Harris. The screen wasn't good enough. Trying to fight his way inside, but Siakam
Outside.
too big.
6
Ben
to shoot.
Simmons.
High post, Embiid.
Joel Embiid. Surely the man you want to go to. There's a green beam. Joel Embiid. You can't stop
15
him.
points for Joel Embiid.
Boy, the consistency
Toronto,
tonight's been
2-point lead.
impressive, really steady from the field.
Lowry
Pass to Siakam.
to Siakam.
Here's Leonard.
He's not going to be taking shots from distance. He's great inside the paint. Tell you who else is.
Basketball
Never mind.
expanding the
Read my
3-point
mind.
arc.
The
Out to
Kawhi
field
Leonard
range
decoy
goes. Does that
lays it off
set
back
the
to that man,
table for the
Siakam.
NBA to move its arc. Their 3-point
4-point
shooting
lead
out as
for
well.
Toronto.
I think one of the things that I would like to see
And there's another
is a more
turnover.
unified game across
Below
the
0.
We've talked about the
Really
NBA
taking this game and making it his.
becoming a more global game. I think one thing that I'd
Leonard
really love
from
to see
downtown.
in the
Can't
lower
go.
levels of basketball in the formative stages is young
Just
players
when you
have to
think
play with a shot clock.
it might be going one way,
Forces those players to
this
be
game
is
comes
be a
back.
retool player
Ennis.
Under duress of a shot clock, you better be able to put the ball on the deck, make a pass.
Out to Harris, no contest.
I think the more we
Embiid.
normalize a set of international rules, the better basketball is going to be.
There's a reason he's the big player for Philadelphia.
Beat everybody to the basketball and convert.
Free throws, though,
chance bucket.
admittedly not his forte, only shooting at 75% last season.
And he takes that one up and powers
There's no
it
time for
through.
stats when you're looking at Siakam. That man is all heart, all power.
Hand slam.
Really makes the basics.
4-point lead restored. Riddick has a look now if he wants it.
Pass to Embiid.
He doesn't. Embiid, though,
And the dunk by Embiid.
it's just too easy.
And guys,
No
he's not an
defensive
easy
plays
man
inside the paint. He looks for the early steal.
in his
He can't make it. Embiid's going to have to rush back.
He is a determined finisher.
Kawhi Leonard,
Leonard.
no contest on the shot. Still doesn't go.
Boy, they leave an
That must
area
just
of
be
the
the
floor
pressure of the big occasion.
unprotected, and he lets
Riddick.
it go to waste.
Beautiful release. Gets this game back level.
amazing
It is
feel
55
for the game. Simmons
apiece.
is so gifted at reading the floor.
Lowry. As play starts to become more settled, we mentioned frenetic beginnings. Siakam never nailing that from distance. Not where he likes to be.
Such an open
Scott,
look.
Ben Simmons, Monroe. And just like that, Philadelphia have their lead back.
Is just the total package.
Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We are seeing a classic for the first ever Meta High School
Got 4 points now on the
Esports 2019
Important
Championship Grand Final.
Adam on a nice play, getting the ball inside and
I'm going to let this one play out and try and save my voice for this incredible fourth quarter. A 2-point lead for Philadelphia, for Chuka. No doubt Damascus College getting behind him.
Leonard attacking. Rebound by Monroe.
Leonard's shot doesn't go.
no doubt the quarter just not
Simmons
going his way.
has no teammates just yet. Gets it into Embiid.
Here's Embiid. And Embiid.
How are you meant to stop him? 23 points and 10 rebounds for Joel Embiid.
They are getting after it hard. It has become a real battle.
The final moments of this third quarter.
Pass to Leonard.
Again, Toronto nail the shot
Back to Lowry.
to finish it off. No, he can't. Larry denied at the first opportunity.
Simmons.
And don't forget about
And he cannot get the two to go on the buzzer.
he uses it.
Goodness gracious me. I hope you're at least as half as excited as I am at this incredible grand final we're witnessing.
Scoring, rebounding.
How many times has that lead changed?
Writing his performance right now. We've got more
I'm going to take
basketball
one
coming your
final
way in
deep
just
breath.
a minute.
Strap yourself in for this fourth quarter.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin.
Embiid
fourth.
again, the go-to man to make it a 6-point lead. Philadelphia haven't had that luxury for a long while.
Effort on the defensive end. Right now it's all about the
Below zero, found his way back into it.
off the charts.
Pulls that one up from mid-range,
For having his
maybe even closer than mid-range. Doesn't go.
You know, you have to be an absolute
Embiid
tireless
out
worker
to Simmons.
back up to
Surely it's coming back to Embiid. He is hot. Looking for the pick and roll. Extremely well done, but what incredible defense. There is Gasol doing what he does best. Lowry,
It up from 15.
the insta reply.
Is good. Lowry's got
That
9
lead
points
now.
in the second half.
Just 4 points. Pick and roll again.
Here's Simmons.
The order of the day. Simmons with the hook. Green beam.
And the 76ers lead by 6.
And he
The
could be
6-point
devastated
lead
with the
restored.
shot of his.
Chuka
The drive by Lowry.
on defense now.
Left block.
Below zero, beautifully done. The layup off the glass. Gasol
A good score inside. And
growing into this game. Is it a bit too little, too late?
They've got to be willing to step up. And when it's this close, you just
Another
can't let
green
the easy
beam
buckets make
hook
it
shot
kill you a bit.
from that man, Ben Simmons.
10 of their last 12.
I dare say 6 points is manageable. 8 points
Lowry penetrates.
is a bit of a blowout.
Siakam good.
Siakam
Well, you see
able
the
to get it
excellent
within
skill set.
4.
And this is when you want to make an impact.
5 minutes, 16 seconds remaining. This is the final. It does not get any bigger, any better than this.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
And there's a 4-point lead to Philadelphia over Toronto. This may not be the final timeout we see, but these may well be the final significant changes that we get to see made.
Let's go now to the
Butler,
sideline and catch up with David
Jimmy
Aldridge.
Butler, the 88 rated
During the break,
shooting
listening
guard
in on Brett Brown's huddle with his team.
with the restart.
Very
Here is the man now.
He said, "Don't let up now.
Incredible
Stay
lateral
aggressive and
quickness.
do the things that have gotten us this far.
Embiid.
We're almost there, guys."
Maybe not a bad idea just to foul the man,
Overdid it there. Too
considering
much force, it looked
his
like on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
free throws not always where they should be.
Hard foul that time.
He does
And
get the first
officials
one.
Had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, Gene,
And the
that's an
green
easy
beam
call
for the
defenders to
second.
make when there's that much contact. The
And of
league
course,
is really cracking
they're going to
down
get the
on
ball back
those
now
sort of
as well.
plays. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here.
Embiid,
Back to Simmons.
Simmons, Chuka, rolls his man,
They had a number of cracks.
can't get the shot to go.
Handed.
Kawhi Leonard
Ibaka outside.
dishes it out to Ibaka.
Pass to Gasol.
Gasol standing way too close, not what you want from your big man, unless he can just fight his way inside. Gets it up, and the N1, Gasol,
It's on Jimmy Butler.
for the three-point play, does get it to go.
Size in that low block. And
That lead
Gasol's
once
inside game
again
is
reduced
very
to
refined.
3 points.
There's a smoothness
Now what
to how
can
he
below 0 do on defense?
Gasol with the steal.
That's what he can do to make it 1 point.
Good, and the assist
It
by
goes.
Gasol. And now just a
Toronto get it back
76ers lead.
to a 1-point
Nice,
game.
Great passing from him.
Everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assist.
Can
power
Chuka respond?
and rhythm.
Joel with the dummy. And then the green, the perfect shot at the end of it.
Hard work from this point on. They
Kawhi
worked
Leonard.
hard to create that high quality shot. And then
4 below 0. What has Campbell got left in the tank?
Attacking.
Inside again, excellent defense. Embiid now, getting it done at both ends.
Smart to rely more
And Harris with the 2. You can see there, Gasol only shooting 2 from 7.
step quicker than the defense.
Not good enough
Catching them off guard.
from what Sub-Zero thought might be his best player tonight. He gets the look there, but dishes it out. Ibaka.
Back to Gasol.
Unlucky Embiid, off hands. Gasol.
And the rejection
Can see
by
Embiid tired.
2 points. That one goes.
What do you do with the big man?
And that's
Do you leave
now
him out there on the
7
court?
points for Marc Gasol.
Do you risk
Here's Simmons.
that lack of stamina?
Rejected by Gasol.
Gasol. Toronto.
Left side, Leonard.
Below 0.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
no clue how
To make it a level game. Kawhi Leonard.
And with Kawhi Leonard,
73
he just does everything
apiece.
on the floor.
Surely we couldn't be getting into
Rebounds,
OT.
runs the floor. I mean, he is one of the more complete players.
Below 0.
He can
On
completely
defense,
take over
another huge block.
both ends.
Fast break, Toronto. Leonard with the ball.
Oh my goodness me.
Changes here.
Toronto have taken the lead below 0. Campbell have got Heathmont College on the edge of their seats.
Simmons.
What a classic contest we've had here this morning at Melbourne Esports Open. Butler
And it's Butler missing.
cannot respond. The foul probably wisely made because it's time for Chuka now to try and make some changes, whether that's personnel. As you can see, just flicking through some of the stats, making sure those matchups
And Gray
are what
with
you
Kawhi
need.
started as a defensive stopper,
Because
but
if
he
you have
now is
Kawhi
so much
Leonard
more than that.
I mean, he's got a great outside
Against
shot.
anyone
That pull-up
other than a man
jumper,
worthy of the
turnarounds
task,
in the post.
you're going to be
He
in
has
trouble.
complete repertoire. You never would have thought
He
was
gets
only
the
good as
open
a
look. He
defensive
can't
guy.
get the jump shot to go. Redick inside Harris.
Player, but this is a guy that
We are back level again.
to his game.
2 minutes 15 remaining. It's a tied game, 75 apiece.
Got it from 16 feet.
Leonard, the identical shot this time, finds the mark.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump
There you
shot
go,
is
25
money. It doesn't
with
matter
8
if it's
from mid-range.
or catch and shoot. He never loses
And now Toronto with the turnover. Leonard
The wing, Green.
for the three. Toronto with their
Point Raptor lead.
almost biggest lead of the game so far. 5 points with just under 2 minutes remaining.
Called the 76ers.
What has Chuka got left? He said 10 years of playing 2K had led him to this moment.
Toronto making a change here.
He is going to need to use all of that experience, all of that practice
And it's the 76ers
to get
with the
himself
ball.
back into this contest.
To Harris.
5 points at this stage. Absolutely massive.
Down low.
And another turnover below zero. I may have called him sub-zero at some point this evening because he has been ice cold in defense, rejecting, being brutal to everything coming in his path. Hasn't had a player individually be ice cold all game.
At 4.
Cannot get the look.
76ers
Butler,
on the break. Here's Butler.
the dunk to make it back to a 3-point game. We don't need notes at this stage. This is all emotion, all adrenaline in these final stages. 3 points, the lead to Toronto.
Fourth quarter.
Leonard again. It doesn't go.
It's not going to go.
Up the other end, Harris
Philadelphia will take it the other way.
to Butler.
Pass to Simmons.
Ben Simmons, who's come back into this game with time. He's got the double.
Now here's Embiid.
Embiid,
He's covered by Leonard.
happy to go inside.
Foul on the shot.
Cannot get it to drop.
The line.
Could have been a 3-point play.
Throw is good, and that brings them within 2. And Embiid drops the
Gets the second free throw that wasn't particularly well timed. Job done. Toronto with 40 seconds remaining have the 1-point lead below zero. Using every second of the shot clock. Gets the look to Siakam.
No doubt. You love seeing
That
him
makes it a 3-point lead with just 29
The
seconds
76ers
remaining.
call time here.
Philadelphia
They're behind
and Chuka
by 3.
will have 24 of those
In the fourth quarter of this
to get
one.
what surely has to be a 3-pointer for the tie. Do you risk driving inside, picking up that contact, and hoping you get the 3-point play? I just don't think you can. Do you look now to Redick? We've seen him in the NBA. Absolutely under pressure, does not care, does not give a damn, happy to chill, to soak it all in and sink threes when it matters most. I gotta say, this is bringing me back to that 2019 playoffs. Getting way too excited here. Let's bring it back. The steal from the throw-in.
Clocks.
That is not at all what Chuka would have planned.
Gonna go on Simmons.
He's forced to foul,
His fourth foul of the contest.
and instead of having 24 seconds, he might only have 5. He cannot afford to let below zero get any points really,
First one drops in that
but the first free throw does go, and the second does too. It's a 5-point lead. Disaster really for Chuka, but credit, if you will, below zero. He has come back into this contest, grown into this game, and he looks like he will be your champion. 5 seconds remaining. Chuka realizes surely it's all over. He does get the 2. 1 second remaining. It can't be enough.
Nice job on the offense.
It's not enough. Toronto did it in the NBA. They've done it here at the Meta High School Esports Championship Grand Final. What an incredible game, and congratulations below zero. You'll notice with these esports competitors, they have to remain composed even when you've just about to lift the trophy, when you've done it all. You've smashed it. You've performed at the biggest stage here at Melbourne Esports Open. Absolutely incredible.
We have our first Grand Final championship, going towards Heathmont, taking it for the win. Campbell, this is your prize trophy. How do you feel about taking the win? It looked really close for the large majority of it, and you were able to take it back in the last half.
Yeah, it was such a great game. Well done to Chuka. By far the hardest opponent what I've versed all tournament. So to come back the way I did was incredible.
That's absolutely incredible as well. And you have friends, family to support you here today, is that right?
Oh yeah, I have a couple of mates down at the front here who have come down to watch, which is really nice.
Yeah, and did they think you were able to take the win, or is this a bit of a GG easy, guys?
I'm not sure really.
That's all right. So you had your school supporting you throughout this entire journey, and how was that for you?
Oh yeah, it was great. The teacher that did set this all up for us. A huge thank you to him, because he was the reason why I was able to make it here today.
Yeah, thank you. That's a huge shout out to the teacher that Campbell is shouting out to. And this is your prize. Feel free to grab it and show it off to your friends and family and the support that you have on the stream as well. All right, guys, thank you so much for participating in our NBA 2K for the Grand Final Championship here at Meta. I am going to be casting it back over to the caster desk as they have a post-match analysis. Sorry.
Thank you so much, Evelyn. Just incredible. I'm going to take a moment to compose myself. What an amazing game we saw. I want to try and refer to us to that 2019 Finals NBA that we saw. Who could ever forget that Kawhi Leonard buzzer beater from the corner to win that Game 7. And now we've just seen this. Incredible scenes. When I was talking to these two gentlemen about what teams they were going to use, they've used different ones in the lead up to today. Talked about using Boston Celtic particularly. And yet, when it came here, they said, we want to use these two teams, not just because, of course, of their excellent individual players, but because of the story that it brings. And it really did bring itself to Meta High School Esports here on the big stage at Melbourne Esports Open. A massive congratulations to Chuka from Damascus College for getting this far. He had been undefeated until this point, but below zero from Heathmont. What a story. You saw how much it means to him. He gets that trophy. No doubt when he goes back to school, he is going to be a hero among his fellow students. An incredible game. Philadelphia taking that early, huge lead in the first quarter before, as we've seen in the NBA and now here at Meta High School Esports on the big stage. Toronto got it done. A final congratulations to Heathmont College and below zero. My name's Nate Patrick. It's been a pleasure to cast this for you here today. Hope to see you playing 2K20 when it comes out in just a week's time.
The sorrow weighs down on my shoulders. This fear's getting harder to hide. You'll leave me alone in this darkness, left to hold out against the tide.